Me, I'm going live right now. Hello. Hi guys.
Oh, look.
Hello.
Friend.
My name is... What's his name? Mr. Scruffles. Mr. Scrubbles. Mr. Chooch. Musical pair. Musable. A musable pair. That's funny. Ah. E. 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 O. O.
Pear. Yeah, musable pear.
Yeah, there's some culty ass people out there though. That was what I was just telling you. That's my point.
Okay, so are we gonna read out of a different book or something?
Well no, because we still no. Just forget what they said, because it's just gonna make us upset what they said. I'm not even gonna show you guys what the book is. We're just gonna use their... Oops, you probably just saw the cover. We don't need to beef. We don't need to beef right now. You know what I mean? So okay, so what do you think? What do you think about keeping sex safe?
What do I think about it?
What yeah?
Well, I think asking people, when's the last time you got tested? If you're doing anything that involves like unprotection, as far as the genitals, I think you're really fine when it comes to the mouth. I think you're overdoing it. If someone doesn't have a visible herpes on the outside of their mouth, you're going to be fine. That's what I think. And from all my experience with thousands of men, I've never gotten anything. So, and that's the rule that I've set for myself. When it comes to genital stuff, checking the genitals, making sure there's nothing on it, that's a good thing to do. If you're having a partner that's consistent, like, you're getting into a relationship with them, I think that's important, because now you're going to be having sex with them a lot. So if they have something, you're more likely to get it. So it's definitely good when you're connecting with people just to ask and do it in a way that, feels good for you, really, and everyone else. I do believe people overdo it though, and we've known people that just used safe sex as a way to, not have sex with certain people.
Yeah. I mean, straight up
Like,
though,
you have
it's
experience with
it's
that.
like, bro, just get a test, man. Do you have something or no?
Right.
But it's really simple. It's just really simple. But I feel like so many people, they make it not simple. They're like, oh, no. Like, you gotta, no, you gotta get 2 tests. We gotta test you again in 6 months. I gotta know every single person that you slept with. It's like, and they lose their mind. They lose their mind. It's like, dude, you're nuts. You're paralyzed with fear.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
It's like, okay, use a condom and get a test every once in a while.
Yeah.
I honestly think though, because in the real world though, there, what I've noticed with people is there's like, well, here's actually what I've really noticed. That's, there really isn't fear of STDs. Give me a break. Because when 2 people are super into each other, you know what happens. They want to bang now. They don't even care about a condom.
Right.
But when one person either doesn't want to do it, or they're doing it for more nefarious reasons, so you know what I mean? Usually the girls, sorry to say. Then all of a sudden you need to get 5 STD tests, and you gotta wear gloves, you gotta bring a fucking handkerchief, you gotta wear 6 condoms, you gotta get another STD test. You know what I mean? It's like, now it's this whole jump through my hoops deal. And it's kind of used to like browbeat the guy into submission. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah, that specific group of people that we used to hang out with did that, and they actually programmed me to think like I need to wear gloves when like,
that's what it says in the book too.
I'm not doing surgery on them. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't have any, if I don't have any cuts on my hands, like visible wounds, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
It's like,
It's not going to go through my skin.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, no, you're not going to get HIV. You're not going to get HIV doing barrier sex, having buried condom sex with plenty of lube. You're not exchanging blood. You're fine.
I mean, people even freak out about like, oh, you don't even kiss. It's like, I really think you're fine because I've done it several times, and as long as they don't have,
No,
as long as they don't have herpes on the outside of their mouth, they're probably,
Yeah.
I'm probably fine.
well, herpes
And
is different.
even if they had a cold sore on the outside of their mouth, it still doesn't mean that I would get it. Did you know that? Some people actually don't get cold sores. I've never had one. And I've been around people with cold sores, so it's like, doesn't mean I'm immune to it, but it does mean that it's not always true that every time someone has an outbreak of something that you're just
Yeah.
magically gonna get it.
Here's what I have to say too. I'm sorry. I think differently than these people, and you know what? They're gonna get upset, but I really don't care. We can talk about it.
Well, hey, I have experience. I have experience being sexual and touching thousands of people. Okay? And then like they didn't get tested, so I'm the devil, but I never got anything, and I've
Or
gotten
it's just not nearly as dangerous
I've
as people
gotten
make it out to
tested-
be.
right. I've gotten tested several times.
It's browbeating.
Every like 6 months I'll get tested,
It's
and
the shame nun.
I've been clear every single time. Never had any issue. The only time I've
Shame.
gotten the flu from one of my clients like a
Shame.
few years ago.
Shame.
One thing happened. I got the flu
Shame.
out of 4 years. I didn't get
Shame.
herpes. I didn't get genital warts. I didn't get gonorrhea. I didn't get HIV.
You're not
and-
going to.
No.
You're not going. The most probable thing for you to catch would probably be like oral herpes or maybe even genital herpes. But then it's like, okay, so sometimes you get warts.
But a lot of people, actually, the only 2 people I know, here's the interesting fact,
Oh
is
God,
2
not
people,
that.
I know 2 people that have genital herpes, and they caught it from their partner, their long-term partner. They didn't catch it from some one-night stand. They caught it from the person
Right.
they were in a
Long-term repeated
relationship
exposure
with.
to the host.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Because most likely, here's the thing with herpes is anyone that has herpes, and I have a friend that does, and I've heard from her is like she doesn't want to hook up with people when she has it, when there's an outbreak, because it's not
sexy.
it's not sexy. She doesn't want to say,
Disease is not
oh,
sexy,
I have
no.
an outbreak. You know, it's like, of course, most people are like that. Most people, if they know they have an outbreak, they're not going to go around willingly hooking up with people
Willy-nilly.
willy-nilly. They're most likely, you know, maybe it's not true for everyone, but most people will be like,
Well, that person in my mind has they're convicted of using a bioweapon. If you know that you're sick and you're contagious and you're going around and you don't care, like that's a bioweapon. You're
but
hurting people.
then there's the people that I know that have gotten the genital herpes from their partner, and it's like, yes, because you've been, you know, you guys got really comfortable with each other, and now look, that's what happened.
No, I think yeah, there's a lot of whatever. There's a lot of fear mongering.
Definitely. I mean, even
A lot of crap.
another reason why there's so much fear mongering too is because they want you to be a good Christian boy and Christian girl, and they want you to not have sex. I mean, that's
Well,
like
they want you to have sex with who they want you to have
that's
sex
like
with.
the original. I don't know what I was gonna say. That's just why that there's so much fear around.
But also the
sex
the
and-
lefty people though, when they want you to have sex with who they want you to have sex. It's everybody wants you to have sex with who they want you to have sex.
Everyone wants to control things when it comes to sex. They want to use it to get what they want. It's just so gross sometimes.
Yeah, so they're gonna tell you like, oh no, if you go out there, you're gonna die of some disease. Don't do that. Stay here with me.
right.
Yeah, fuck you.
And guess what? Another thing is, guess who wants money because they want you to go get an IUD. They want you to go get their birth control pills. They want you to be scared.
So that's great. So yeah, just be, oops, I keep showing this. So just be a person. I would say just be a person and use a condom and get checked up regularly, and if something comes up, just let people know.
Right.
Like, really, guys, we don't overthink it. I would like use gloves if someone has a breakout and you want to do something with them anyway, then it's a good time to use gloves. But every single time,
Mm-hmm.
like no matter what,
No, that's
a little strange. It's a little strange. Even when they tested negative, a little strange, a little weird.
Nope.
Little weird.
If I'm gonna put my finger up someone's butt, I'll use a glove
That's a good time
or
to
a
use
finger
a glove.
cut because someone's butt, and plus the butt is extra sensitive. So if you have a snag nail or something and it rips, no, okay, now they're probably like bleeding on you and stuff. So you want to be extra careful when it comes to butt stuff.
Yeah, now you're exchanging blood.
Yeah,
That's gross.
the vaginal walls are actually a lot stronger than the butt. By a lot.
So, what are your thoughts on what is your roadmap through jealousy? What is your framework? What is your developing framework? Because it's not perfect yet, but what is it?
For what?
For jealousy?
Oh, well, what you and I have done in practice is when something comes up, and I learned this from you because this is what has helped you too, is that if something comes up that makes you feel jealous, like me, with another guy, for example, what we do instead of, arguing is we actually have sex and we're intimate with each other and talking about it at the same time.
Yep.
And retelling the story. So I'm bringing you into the experience with me so that you're a part of it and you feel included. Because what really makes you feel jealous is you feel like you're not a part of it. And that there's no way that you're ever going to be a part of it. So it's just like, it's very disempowering. So instead of it feeling that way for you, bringing you into it, talking about it, rubbing on your body, loving you, and having a really beautiful moment is amazing, and it changes everything. What are your words on that?
Jealousy, what are you doing? Jealousy is the feeling of wanting people to die because fuck the world. That's what jealousy can turn into. And that is literally, people literally get like that because they're not being included. Other people are having a good, this is it. Other people are having a good time. You are not invited to the good time. You are not having a good time. Now you want them to die. You want them to go away. That's jealousy. That's school shootings. Sorry to be dark, but that's what it is. We need to talk about these things in the world because that's where that feeling comes from. You're not being included.
Yep.
So you need to include people. That's what it is. And I mean, whatever, or don't, and then, you can suffer the consequences. I hope you don't get killed, because some people get killed. I'm not threatening to kill anybody, because I have self-control. But I'm sure people have felt like I wanted to kill them. They've felt very threatened, and you should, because you shouldn't do that to people. You shouldn't go off and have a good time and be like, haha, you're not invited. Why would you do that? That's how you get hurt.
Right.
And I've watched people I know beat their partner near to death. Have I ever beat you?
No.
No. And I have seen it so many times in these poly woke communities, people getting beat up. And it's like, dude, you guys have to include each other. You can't fucking run off and go to Maryland.
The boys
by yourself.
The boys especially, the men especially need to be connected to each other in some way. Even if it's just by being in the same room with each other and appreciating it and being pleasured at the same time.
Yep.
No, anything that involves the men linking up together.
Yeah. By the way, I think it's funny that women have told me that I'm dangerous. They call me dangerous because I raise my voice and I say things that are true. And they don't like that. I'm sure I am dangerous to your little
Here's the question
concept of
I have
reality.
is, would you rather have a man raise his voice or raise his fist?
Yeah, and then what they don't see is what I see, which is these other poly guys literally punching their wife in the head. But they never speak. So that person's safe because he always talks in a charismatic way.
Silence is violence.
Silence is violence, but I'm dangerous because I speak up and I yell
I
when you're being
first-
an asshole to me.
Here's the thing is I've had firsthand experience with a guy that seems nice to everyone. He was so nice. He looks to be so nice. I was in a relationship with him for 4 years, and he was quiet. He was really quiet. He never would talk about how he felt. I would ask him like questions. He wouldn't answer. And then one day he throws me on the bed. He pushes me down. He starts having sex with me. Like I didn't say yes. It was just really
He
bad.
raped you.
So he was being really violent with me, and I was in a long-term relationship with him. So I was like, oh, I just kind of brushed it off, but that wasn't okay. And just to let you know is like, just because someone's quiet and seems nice is actually not true. And that would probably be a really good time to double check on that. And not wait until that person, for example, the guy, to get to the point of exploding and hurting you, someone else.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you why. Do you think he felt included in everything you were doing?
No.
Okay.
I wanted him to be included.
You know what, but I feel like with him, no, you know what, with him, here's my intuition with him, because I got to know his energy, his behaviors. You pretty much needed to like walk in with your friends in your underwear and start putting your butts on them and stuff. And be like, haha, too bad, you know? Just like, too bad, we're going to include you whether you like it or not.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
And if he's so bothered by that he has to break up with you, that's his choice. I doubt it, though. I doubt any man's going to leave.
He probably would have been really bothered, because I took him to like this play sex party thing, and he was like so disturbed.
But that's different. That's not you bringing over some other sexy chick and being like, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a completely different situation.
Maybe. He still would have been so weird. I already know him.
Probably, yeah.
He would have been really weird about it.
Would he get mad and like yell and like leave? Like probably not.
No.
Probably not. He might just be like, weird smile. This is what I'm uncomfortable. Whatever.
Right.
But I'm telling you, if he did stuff like that, he because I know he's someone who has no idea how to deal with those emotions.
No idea.
He just has no clue. So that's dangerous. That's like a person with autism gets upset. They have no, and there are autistic people in my family, so I know what I'm talking about. They don't know how to deal with emotions. Not every autistic person, but the ones in my family didn't. So all of a sudden one day they just freaking explode and like almost kill somebody.
Right.
So, but that's what the emotion is. The emotion is like he doesn't feel included.
Yeah, he doesn't feel included.
That's all it is. Nobody's playing with him.
Right.
Okay, nobody's really playing with him, because adults want people to play with their genitals. That's what adults want. That's why they literally say play. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, let's play. Play, but play for adults means something different.
Like Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. So yeah, the best thing you can do if you see, I think you already fucked up if you didn't include your partner in whatever you're doing. I know there are people who would disagree with that, and I disagree with you. And so if you didn't do that and you fucked that part up, that's fine. Or whatever circumstances preventing that, that's great. The next thing you can do is include your partner after. And if you don't do that, then prepare for resentment to build.
Right.
And for the relationship to ultimately end.
Yeah.
In
and
one
it's
form or the
okay.
other.
It's okay if you're obviously when relationships end, it sucks, but sometimes it's at certain points in our life, like the relationship I was just talking about with that guy that was really quiet. you know, we served a purpose in each other's life during that period of time, and I learned a lot from it. I'm sure he did too. And it's like, hey, we screwed up. Okay, just acknowledge that we screwed up, and then, you know,
Yeah. He
sometimes
might have ended up leaving you though, because he was in some Bible thumper family.
he was in a Bible thumper family. He grew up with very different family beliefs and things than my family.
Yep.
I mean, my family like had, you know, did church stuff sometimes, but they weren't. It was just completely different. Like his parents were still together, and you know, he had a younger brother that went to this Christian school, and it was just like very, you know, traditional. My family was more like weird and yeah.
Yeah, that's what bothered me too about my lovers. It really bothered me that they did that to me. They're like, okay, I'm gonna go fuck this guy now. It's like, what? Wait a minute, hold on. Why don't you try having some manners, little lady, and go get one of your friends, and let's all hook up together? What's wrong with you? No, because you're trying to go get something from them. It's not even about the sex. You're trying to get something out of it.
Yep.
Sickness, okay? Sickness. It's a disease, okay? Anyway. So, that's how you deal with jealousy. And so, how do you open an existing relationship? I don't think we do, because you didn't.
I tried. I really did try. I was like trying every trick in the book. I was reading books on polyamory at the time. I was like, "Hey, try this. Hey, look at my friends are all polyamory. Come over. Like, come to this sex thing. Come here, come there." Like it yeah, it was just
Yeah.
there was a certain point where you're like not going to force someone to do something they don't want to do. So,
Yeah, and if, you know, because I hate to say it, but, you know, if some people have a fundamental idea about themselves that they're not, basically, they're not lovable. Because, you know, I know what that feeling's like. You know, I know when I was 16, if one of my girlfriends was like, hey, let's hook up with this other couple, I'd be like, no. But really, it's just these deep realities in me that no one likes me. No one's gonna, it's just gonna be embarrassing for me. It's gonna be humiliating shit. The girl doesn't really want to be there. The guy doesn't want me there either. So why would I go? You know, really, it's just for you. I mean, I still struggle with that stuff. And a lot of the times that is actually true.
yeah.
Unfortunately. See, another thing too, unfortunately, the way that our society currently works is people are trying to extract material gain out of each other.
Mhm.
You know, the guys are trying to fuck the girls are trying to get shit out of the guy.
Yep.
And when it comes to male, like you can I swear to God, if you really want to check somebody's intentions when it comes to open relating is notice how they treat the other male.
Right.
Yeah. Really easy. Because if they're like, oh no, we'd rather him not come and just you, it's like, okay. That's evil. You're being evil.
Yep.
Yep. And I see it all the time. Y'all want a unicorn. Everybody wants a unicorn. They all want the second girl. That we're not open to men. We just want unicorns. Okay, good luck. See how long that lasts. Good luck, bro. So what else? Let's see. How do you get to a win-win in conflicts?
How do you get to a win-win in conflicts?
Yeah.
Well, you listen to everyone. First off, everyone shut up, and one person talks at a time and shares what their problem is, like what is making them upset right now, and speaking like, you know, in a way where like, okay, I feel like, talk about your feelings, what you're feeling in your body. I feel angry. I feel sad. that I'm not
Right.
included. You know, you have to be vulnerable. In order for there to be any resolution, people have to be vulnerable, because if you're
Right.
if you're going to be this huge ego and be like, I'm not mad, you're mad, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
well, then nobody's going to get
We
anywhere.
can't help you.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. We can't help you. Or ma'am.
Well, that comes back to this thing. It's called fuck, fight, feed, flee, right?
Basically, just fuck, fight, and flee.
Fuck, fight, and flee. So, yeah, we all have that choice of like, well, if I'm not vulnerable and if I'm not sharing how I'm feeling and looking to find a resolution and to clear up conflict, then I guess I'm going to be the fighter and I'm just going to flee, fight with people and then run away.
Yeah, if you can't dominate and defeat them, then you're just gonna leave.
Yeah.
But really what you wanted full union. You wanted to fuck.
Right.
And you perceived that couldn't happen for some reason. You know, the guy's there and you don't want the guy there because you're uncomfortable around the other guy. You don't want to share because it means that you're not special or whatever the fuck. If there's 2 dicks in your girlfriend instead of 1. And it's like, you know what, bro? You need a mushroom trip. Okay? You need to go talk to the mushrooms. You need to go get blown out on DMT. I would recommend the mushrooms, though. And maybe some Wachuma. San Pedro. Get over it. Get over it. We're going to run the Get Over It retreat, okay? The Get Over It experience. I'm literally going to call it the Get Over It experience. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Because I'm so done.
Yeah.
With it. Get over it. Okay, great. So now, yeah, that was another problem I had with some of my ex-lovers. Oh no, my husband is heterosexual only. Okay, do you want an award? Do you want a trophy? It's like he won a Grammy or something for being fucking hetero. Because he can't share his wife with me in the same room.
Yeah,
Right,
and
bro.
interesting enough, that same woman was like making you feel like you had to be bisexual or gay.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
had to be bi,
but
but
what
her
about-
husband couldn't because he's some titan. He's some alpha.
It's crazy.
Bro, he's your sugar daddy. Okay, is what he is. Burn. How's that for drama? There's a lot of crap. There's a lot of tantrums. There's a lot of baby shit going on in the world right now, and I'm done. Sick of it, okay? It's all bullshit, folks, and it's bad for you. George Carlin, okay? So, hey, what is anger good for? That's a good question, because now I'm angry. What's anger good for?
Well, anger is good for getting things done, because when you're angry, you're motivated. You have energy. When you're sad, you're just, I'm sad. I want to like lay here and feel my sadness. You know, it's more of a contracting feeling when you're sad.
Right.
Whereas anger is like out there, you know, you're going to do something about it.
Yep. You know what's crazy too is I know what kind of porn y'all are watching, and y'all are watching the threesome, foursome, gangbang, bukkake shit. You're watching all these dicks going in this girl, and it's like, dude, you're the one fantasizing about it. Don't come to me. You know what I mean? And then give me a load of crap like you're not okay with it. And then you go sneak off in the bathroom when no one's looking and you watch some bukkake shit. Come on, man. Get integrated. Get integrated with your desires, please.
Next time someone starts like arguing with us or yelling and saying like you get this and that, and just say bukkake.
Yeah, bukkake. Some hentai bukkake weirdo wacko shit.
Yeah.
Gangbang, who knows what. Double penetration with facial abuse. Come on. I don't know about that though. So, in your definition, what is a healthy breakup?
Healthy?
Yeah, as you define it, what would that be?
I would define it as, first, it has to be a really good reason why you guys are actually breaking up, because I think there's a solution to everything if people are willing to compromise. Both people have to be willing to compromise something for any relationship to work. So if you can't do that, well, then you might have to break up. And
Can I define compromise?
Yeah.
Compromise, the literal word is promise. So promise together. I promise to do this for you if you promise to do this for me. That's a good way to think of compromise. You're just making promises.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So breaking up, you shouldn't have to. Unless the people in the relationship are being so stubborn that neither person can compromise anything or find a middle ground with each other. So then you got to break up.
a lot of people are like that.
And so that's unfortunate because I really do think that we don't have to be brats.
Because we got video games, we got the news, we got Netflix, we got fucking popcorn, we got Tinder. They don't, in their mind, they don't need you. You know what I mean? That's the problem with today. Is
Right.
humans have this delusion that we don't need each other now.
Right.
Because we can go amuse ourselves to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really don't think breaking up is a good solution to anything.
Nope.
But if you are going to break up, I would say that taking a break from each other, a communication break for at least like 6 months probably.
Yep.
And then coming back to each other and being able to have a grounded conversation and just apologize or keep a connection with the person, because I know pretty much every person, I mean, not everyone, but most relationships I had in the past, I don't talk to them anymore. Not because I don't talk to them, but because they don't talk to me. So
yeah, because you're too weird.
I'm very
strange.
open, and I like to maintain connections with people, especially people who who were in my life for 4 years. That's crazy. So we should be able to at least communicate with each other, say hi,
Right.
congratulations on your new baby or whatever, But the fact I
least.
don't like it when breaking up means you gotta kill the person. Now they're dead. It's like you're never gonna talk to them again unless they break up with their partner. It's like some
It's
gross,
ridiculous, yeah.
stupid thing.
Absolute tyranny. It's a reign of tyranny.
It's like, but I'm not like that. I am glad that my ex-partner is in a relationship and they're doing their thing. Like, I'm happy for them, and I would love to still talk to him and say, that's awesome, like, I hope you're doing well and wishing you well, like anything. But he doesn't want that, so
Right.
unfortunately. Then now you're like, hey, I guess he's a ghost now. He's just this figment of my imagination.
I don't think there is a healthy breakup. Like, if you're going to kick someone out of your life, that's literally not healthy. I don't think it's healthy. But what I do think is healthy is like admitting, like, oh shit, like I fucked up. I have an upgraded concept of reality now, and like our relationship model needs to change. So if that hurts for you, I'm sorry. That's healthy though. Being like, wait a minute, things are not what I thought. Like we're gonna be dating other people and having sex with other people. And that can be some crazy traumatic experience, and that's fine. You can call that a breakup. That's fine, that's great. You have to do that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying or no?
Mm-hmm. No, I do know what you're saying. I agree.
Yeah, like, like if you, I don't know, if we meet people in the future, I don't know, and then you get on to the dude and you want to go on some cruise with him, I don't know. I'll hang out with his wife. But we've already upgraded our model of reality so that that's not traumatic. That's like, okay, I've already dealt with those feelings a million times.
Right.
Because of, the work that you do and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is, what would you consider a hot date with yourself?
Just really focusing on anything that I've been wanting to do, and on taking care of myself would be nice, like going to get a massage, hanging out with myself at the park, at the beach, in the bathtub.
Yep.
I don't think it has to involve, your dildo. If you wanted to, fine. But for me, just being with myself doesn't actually, it means like touching my body, but not necessarily have to self pleasure, like my genitals or anything. So it's just whatever feels good for me in that day.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that I usually put off, or things like we spend a lot of time together, so being alone is different for me because that maybe that gives me the opportunity to do some things that I haven't been doing. Yeah. Going slow, taking my time. Is that what it looks like? Alright, I'm gonna stay down here then.
In the book it says men get a lot of cultural support for being sexual while women don't, basically is what they were implying. I literally don't see that.
No.
What are you talking about? Have you been on Instagram? Women are running the game on Instagram. It's all about girls.
Yeah.
OnlyFans, Instagram, now it's escorting stuff. Now in the movies, like that movie The Escort just came out
Right.
on YouTube. That was a huge hit. What are you talking about? If anything, the men are completely repressed. Why do you think we're forced to pay girls to have sex most of the time? The hell are they talking about, dude?
Yeah, that's some weird belief they have or something, because
It's
that's
feminism.
not true.
It's feminism at its finest. Oh, the boys are privileged, but we are not. That's actually not true at all.
No, I don't think that's true. I think women have a
No.
lot of privilege, today. In today's world,
It's all about the girls today.
not in the past, no, but in today's world, yes.
It's so much about the girls now that it's actually causing the boys quite a bit of agony. Because the girls are rubbing it in the boys' face today. And it's not fair. It's not fair to the new boys. They didn't do anything. They didn't oppress women. You weren't their housewife in the 1700s or whatever the fuck, in the 1940s. Who knows what they were doing in the 1700s?
Yeah.
But my point is, the boys today were not the boys back then, and they don't deserve to be getting pissed on by the girls today with their reign of tyranny on Instagram.
Right.
Which I see happening.
Mm.
And then they're like, if you want to fuck me, you better pay me. I want $5,000, bitch.
Yeah.
So now the men are forced to compete in the workplace, and they're just gonna shoot themselves is what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Most, like, a lot of dudes are gonna probably off themselves, and they are. You hear about it all the time. So, all right, that's my happy news.
Happy news.
It's really not happy right now. I'm sorry to say, like, the world is not happy right now. The way people are going right now is not good. We are being entertained to death through all this stuff. And we're not doing anything about healing anything, really. And the people who say they're doing healing are actually just running cults. And they're just getting stuff for themselves. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.